I'm here with Dr. Scott Sullivan with the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery. And the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery has been involved with Unite for many, many years. Dr. Sullivan, can you tell us how many years you all have been involved and what you find most fulfilling about working with the Unite organization?
9 awesome years. And so we've had the privilege to care for a lot of these young ladies as they've gone through some difficult times. Through that, we've developed friendships and certainly a lot of admiration. And to see them come out on stage and strut their stuff, I mean, look at this, doesn't get any better than this. And for us as well, each year is like a class reunion for me, where I get to see patients or other friends I haven't seen in years and years, so I can catch up on it. I admire the sisterhood. It's like the Unite sorority, just filled with a bunch of hot chicks.
Well, let me tell you, I was actually a patient of the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery, and every time my husband and I walked in there, we felt like we were walking into maybe like a hotel or somewhere. It definitely didn't feel hospital-like, and it immediately put me at ease. The king cake was a bonus. And actually, the year that I had surgery with Dr. Delacroix, he was the king of Iris. I'm like, let's wait till after Mardi Gras is over for anybody to do any surgeries on me, right? But another thing I really liked about it is my husband affectionately calls your Center for Restorative Breast Surgery, this is what he calls it. He calls it the spa spittle. We have 4 kids, and so coming to the center was really like a weird sort of vacation. And we would hang out there, and you all really did kind of have to kick us out at certain points. So we would leave the day of checkout at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We stayed until the last possible time. My husband also called it our condo on St. Charles. It's really amazing to have such an amazing center that is famous worldwide, really, for having all of this amazing technology and all these wonderful, compassionate doctors. And you all have taught people across the world how to do some of these surgeries, right?
Correct. We've innovated some specific procedures that many of them are only offered at our location. We still travel around, we train other surgeons how to do some of them, but it takes a certain skill and dedication because this is all we do. A lot of plastic surgeons do a lot of other things, facelifts, lipo, and they don't concentrate on one specific field, and so that's where we have an advantage.
I really do feel like you all help make people feel whole again. So Sherry, can you tell us a little bit about, Dr. Sullivan is your doctor, but can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the center?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you described it really well. It's like walking into a hotel. It definitely does not feel like you're walking into a hospital or anything to do with medical. And Dr. Sullivan is just amazing. Like, I don't want to make his head any bigger, but like, I could never say enough wonderful things about him. Like, just immediately puts you at ease. There's no question that is too outrageous or, that he doesn't take just the utmost time to answer and make you feel completely comfortable and just treat you like a human being. It's one of the most horrible experiences that I've ever had to be through, and certainly extremely uncomfortable. And Dr. Sullivan just does everything you can to just make you feel comfortable and normal, and that you're going to be in safe hands. And I couldn't ask for anything more.
Now, when I was on the runway, I will never forget seeing the doctors from there and the physician's assistants. And I just remember, when you're in the hospital, you don't really feel all that pretty. And when they came up to me, I was like, I just remember thinking when I was in the hospital that everybody looks so pretty, except for me laying there in the hospital bed. But what's it going to be like for them to see you, for you to see them cheering you on when you walk down that runway? What's that going to feel like?
That is going to be completely amazing. Everybody knows, because I tell everyone, that Dr. Sullivan is a magician. He is Merlin, the breast magician. And when you're in the hospital, I was, laying in the hospital, and you're right, you don't feel pretty. But the first thing my nurse said to me was, "Oh my God, your breasts look great." And so it's just like, okay, because it's a horrible experience to have to go through, and the Unite Sisterhood has really just made it a completely wonderful experience, and you couldn't have asked to be in better hands than Dr. Sullivan's.
How'd you guys feel about that room when you had to stand on the platform and take those nudie pictures?
That's every woman's dream, let me tell you, especially the little paper thongs. You can't get any better than that.
But the room is heated, and so I called my fuzzy, and the fuzzy socks are a nice touch. Those are nice. I had a collection. Yes, I had a collection of those, and I remember thinking when I got the fuzzy socks, I'm like, can I take these home? And they were like, yeah, yes. All right, so we have a little bit something special here. This is actually a mom and both of her daughters, and they've all gone through breast cancer. And Patty actually had breast cancer first, right? And she was also a patient at the center. So what was it like for you to go through it? And you knew that you were going to recommend this place to your daughters, right?
I can't tell you just the comfort that I got in knowing that if they had to go through it, what a great option that they had and the wonderful doctors that are there. So I have to tell you, it really did set my heart at ease, and it was able to help me get them very calm about the experience of what they were getting ready to go through.
Well, Dr. Sullivan is also on the Unite board, and we just thank you so much he's joined several of our Zoom calls during the year of 2020 and when we couldn't meet in person. And what's it like to see these ladies transform from just regular patients to these glamorous ladies right here and getting ready to rock the runway?
It is remarkable. It's a profound change from when we first meet them, when they're kind of beaten up and beaten down. They had a bunch of bad news. To getting through all the treatment and how the genesis of their soul. And then tonight, when a culmination of all and the recovery and the attitude comes back, it's something.
Well, I am a big fan of the Center for Restorative Breast Surgery, and we thank them so much for all of their time. Thank you so much. Okay.